Alright fellas, here we're back in another Pokemon TCG video where we got ourselves two special announcements here. So, first one, let's go over the important one, but in my opinion, like less notable for now. The official English reveal here for the Pokemon trading card game Mega Evolution expansion. Learn more on July 10th here. So we got effectively the same trailer as what we got in Japanese. I'll actually pull it up real quick because I never actually showed the JP one. Let me get that real quick. Okay, so right here, this is the official trailer. It came out 6 hours ago here. I'm not going to play any audio, but this is effectively the same trailer as what we had gotten for JP. I think it's maybe like a little bit different, but it does show the Mega Lucario there, which of course would be Mega Brave, like the headliner of Mega Brave on JP, then Mega Gardevoir, which is the headliner for Mega Symphonia, or Symphonia, I don't know however you want to say that, for JP as well. Mega Evolution, Mega Venusaur EX, of course we went over this in the last video, I think that was yesterday I uploaded that, and then Mega Latios as well. Again, confirming it's Mega Latios, but we already pretty much knew that, and then Latios there as well, as like a support for Mega Latios, which by the way looks insane, just being honest. The illustration rares, which we had already gotten confirmed as well, and the full art trainer cards becoming a new thing with, or not full art, traders for item cards. And then again here, the new learn more on July 10th Pokemon trading card game Mega Evolution. So this does multiple things for us. This does confirm that it is a new expansion, because if we want to go over here and look at our TCG expansions, you'll see all of these here are like Scarlet and Violet, Stellar Crown, Shroud of Fable, Twilight Masquerade, Prismatic Evolution, Journey Together, Destined Rivals, right? Like it shows all of that, but this is not Scarlet and Violet. This is just Mega Evolution. So what this set is going to be with the Mega Gardevoir and Mega Lucario here is it's going to be effectively Mega Evolution base set. Like every single era of TCG has a base set. Scarlet and Violet, that's all this is called here. Sword and Shield's all this is called. Sun and Moon's all this is called. X and Y right here is what this is called. We call it a base set, but all it's going to be is what the main series is called. Like, again, in this case, it's XY, and the next set was XY Flashfire, right? So it's going to go off that. So all of the future sets here are going to be Pokemon trading card game and Mega Evolution whatever. Like, we've got a few things confirmed for coming for JP, so it's going to be TCG, Mega Evolution, Inferno X, Ninja Spinner, and, more importantly, Emerald Storm. All right, so that's what we got ourselves confirmed here for English. Is effectively it's not going to be Scarlet and Violet. It's going to be a new thing. It's going to be base set. Hopefully this kind of translates to like a little bit of a reset in the TCG hype, so that we can actually start getting some, English product or even JP product for like a reasonable price, right? That'd be great. Says the English set will contain 132 cards. This is just going to be the combination of Mega Symphonia and Mega Brave, both into one set. We already knew this. The set's going to have booster boxes. At least it should. It should have booster boxes. And obviously that's what we're kind of expecting here. Of course, the same cards as well. And this will be a set that's releasing in September, which is a pretty far cry, it's pretty far off, because we do know that Black Bolt and White Flare in English are going to be releasing in July. I think like July 16th, 18th. I don't know, actually. Let's look at July here. I think it's a Friday, so I think this is the release date here, the Friday the 18th. I could be wrong. I don't quite remember off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure that's the release date for Black Bolt and White Flare in English. And this set will be in September 26th, so pretty much 2 months after, right? Because August we just don't get a new English set, and then September we'll be getting this set here. So, and of course in August it's going to be more JP focus, where JP is going to get, of course, the Mega Evolution set August 1st, right? So that's when the big hype is going to be kind of coming there. But yeah, of course, this is mostly information we already knew. It'd be the combinations of both Mega Brave and Mega Symphonia, 132 cards before secret rares and stuff like that, right? Like, we kind of already knew most of the stuff. It just confirms to us that this is a new era. It's not Scarlet and Violet era. It's more like an in-between era. People are saying, like, I don't think are really too sure if it's a new era or if it's just going to be like a somewhat like off-brand expansion. Like, for example, we've got the Diamond and Pearl series here with all of their cards, and then it ended up going to a Platinum series and then a Heart Gold and Soul Silver series, which, I mean, basically plays the same way. So, I mean, nothing really too crazy to go off of with that. And maybe something similar to, like, Call of Legends, where it's going to be a bit different, but honestly, it doesn't really matter. It's all going to just end up being a part of, like, it's all going to be its own expansion for the most part. Again, not Scarlet and Violet related, so wouldn't really expect too much. I would expect transfer over, given that we had illustration rare still and EX Pokemon still, but obviously the big focus is going to be Mega Pokemon EX, and I guess the new bringing of full art item cards. But this is not honestly the biggest thing that I wanted to go over. The biggest thing is the trademark for Storm Emerald, or Emerald Storm. I'm not sure which one it's going to be called, but this one is, it says Storm Emerald. New trademark for Storm Emerald has been filed by Pokemon. It's under the same terms as trademarks used for set names in the past. Very, very likely referring to Mega RAYQUAZA, as Emerald has always kind of been like a go-to for in relation to RAYQUAZA. One of the biggest ones, I believe, being like obviously the green color. Like we got EX Emerald here. I'm pretty sure this is a big RAYQUAZA like prominent set. I believe so. I could be wrong, of course, but it. I mean, it would make a lot of sense. Obviously, you know, RAYQUAZA right there. RAYQUAZA. I mean, like Emerald fits like no Pokemon better than RAYQUAZA, and well, obviously it's super hype. In the X and Y era, going back to this was a pretty far along set. It was Roaring Skies, which gave us the introduction, or was it Primal Clash? I'm pretty sure it was Roaring Skies. Mega Aggron, Mega Gardevoir, yeah, okay, so it was Roaring Skies that actually gave us the introduction of Mega RAYQUAZA into the X and Y era TCG. I believe it was the Dragon type one. That's RAYQUAZA EX, not Mega RAYQUAZA EX. Mega RAYQUAZA EX. Yeah, no, this is the colorless one. Okay, so it gave us the regular print here and then the full art print of it. And then we ended up getting, I believe, another illustration of it in Ancient Origins, I want to say? Was it Ancient Origins? Or am I crazy? Yes, it was in Ancient Origins, but it was also a colorless. Okay, I thought we had a Dragon type Mega RAYQUAZA. Did we not? Hold on. Where did... I know there was a. I know there was one. There is a Dragon type Mega RAYQUAZA somewhere in here. Hold on, I've actually got to find that. Mega RAYQUAZA. Ancient Origins. Sure. Seriously, hold on. I need to look this up. Okay, so I'm not crazy. Yeah, we actually got this Mega RAYQUAZA card here. This is actually Dragon type. I don't really remember when this came out. Apparently Japanese. It came out in here. English card number, expansion Roaring Skies. Was it just a Roaring Skies card? Was it just another RAYQUAZA? It was just another RAYQUAZA. Okay, never mind. So okay, it was also a part of the Roaring Skies expansion. Makes sense. But I mean, yeah. So Mega RAYQUAZA EX. I mean, super hype. It took, again, if we look back at the expansions here, if we want to go back a fucking while. Oops, too far. If we want to go back, it took us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not going to count Double Crisis. It was the 6th set effectively from the release. Whereas here we can see that obviously we're going to get Mega Brave and Mega Symphonia. If you want to count those as 2 separate sets, sure, though I wouldn't really do that. But Inferno X is the 3rd, and then Ninja Spinner is the 4th, with Emerald Storm or Storm Emerald being the 5th, which is interesting. 5th set getting a Mega RAYQUAZA. That's, I mean, kind of crazy. I feel like we're peaking a little bit early with that one. Again, that's just kind of crazy to me. Wow. But Mega Brave and Mega Symphonia, of course, going to be the first sets. This is going to be Mega Base in English. Inferno X is going to be the 2nd set, which is always going to be the Charizard set. It's always going to be... Flashfire was the Charizard set for the X and Y era. Did we get a Charizard here with... no, we did not for Black and White. I know that. It was the 3rd set for Sun and Moon with Burning Shadows here. Sword and Shield, Darkness Ablaze, 3rd set again here as well. Obsidian Flames, 3rd set for Scarlet and Violet era. So it seems that it's either going to be the 2nd or 3rd set in an era, in a respective era, that it's going to be featuring Mega Charizard, or well, just a Charizard as the big premium card. Well, that's what we're going to be getting here for the 2nd set. We're apparently going to be in September 26th, which is the same day as the English release date of base set Mega, but whatever, sure. We're going to begin the release in October for Legends VA, which then will coincide with Ninja Spinner potentially having a Mega Greninja, or whatever form of Greninja we may get, or something like that. Or maybe it's just going to be focusing on Greninja. Who knows? Probably a form of Greninja, though. I would guess Greninja is going to be getting a Mega in ZA. Very, very likely, anyway. And that set likely releasing in October. These are mostly theories. Again, for the most part, theories. And then the potentially in November, we'll be getting Storm Emerald, which will be featuring Mega RAYQUAZA. Would it be a special set, or will it be a a set with like regular booster boxes and stuff like that? We're gonna just have to find out. It's really gonna be interesting to see. But the fact that they're doing Mega RAYQUAZA already at that point, 4th/5th set in, depending on if you want to count Mega Bases too. I mean, if you just want to count Mega Base set as its own, then well, that's already pretty insane. I mean, it's gonna be base set and then Inferno X, Ninja Spinner, and then Storm Emerald, which, by the way, considering English likes to combine most of its sets, you could potentially see, like, Inferno X here actually, combine with Ninja Spinner, and that could end up being, like, the 2nd set, and then this would be the 3rd set, basically, for English, whatever set is featuring Mega RAYQUAZA, which is pretty interesting. Obviously, potentially, given that the set might be you know, or like the expansion rather, like the entire mega block might be pretty short, depending on how they want to do it. Like once we get to Generation 10 and whatever they want to do there, like it could be a short series. We don't really know. It could be one that's like only about a year long. I could see them pumping out all this stuff very, very quickly. Mega Rayquaza's hype, Mega Rayquaza's big. They're obviously going to want to do it, right? It does make sense. So them pumping all this stuff out pretty quickly, I definitely could see it. 100% does make a lot of sense. As for like what else could they really pump out? What do we expect to see them to release primals? We could. Not really too sure on that one. It really would depend. I think this will also be like starting from Ninja Spinner and onward. I think that'll be a big ramp up in whatever potential new mega evolutions we get for Legends ZA. I think those will be released, like, you know, Mega Greninja, Delphox, the starters of the game, like for Alligator and whatnot. Whatever other megas end up releasing. I know there's a big list of them, like however many, you know, all those Pokemon potentially getting in and whatnot. You know, there's a lot of stuff that people are going to be very much so expecting. And I also think that the decision to release this could coincide with Pokemon Horizons. That's a big theory I kind of want to throw out there. If we can actually pull up the Horizons episode list real quick, I do want to pull that up. So yeah, having pulled up Pokemon Horizons here, I don't want to spoil anything major for people who have not seen the series, but I kind of have to go into this stuff. So, you know, click off now if you don't really want to hear my like reasoning behind this. But we saw at the end of the Rayquaza Rising arc that, you know, Rayquaza was like gone or whatever, and it like kind of went away. And then we started Mega Voltage, which has got its big focus on Mega Evolution. Roy's got his Mega Lucario here. You know, cool stuff, right? A big focus upon Mega Evolutions. We did end up seeing in the Dragon Gang episode here with the people with the Dragon Gang with the Cyclozars that Rayquaza was actually just chilling out, hiding in this cave, and that it would come back when it was fully recovered or like when it was needed. So we know Rayquaza's just sitting, you know, ready to be used, ready to chill. So once like this next big threat comes around, whether like the White Zygarde is coming back or whether it's going to be like something with Spinal and Exceed, right? No matter what really happens, Rayquaza's he is like on the ready to like come in and, you know, kick some shit in, right? It makes sense. And having it be a Mega Rayquaza, you know, for Mega Voltage just makes the most sense. So I could see that potentially, you know, being the climax in, you know, maybe November, seemingly, you know, however, that's like 5 months away from now. We could see the plot change a lot by that point. And well, we could see, you know, this potentially coincide with Mega Rayquaza releasing the TCG, with Mega Rayquaza being a big feature in the anime, and of course maybe Mega Rayquaza coming into like the games. Maybe it's going to be in ZA, maybe they'll do a distribution for it, or, you know, whatever they're going to do. They probably want to promote Mega Rayquaza a lot by that point, and I think that's kind of what they're going to do. So anyway, there's just a few theories about Storm Emerald here. It's 100% going to be Mega Rayquaza. There's very few other options they could do for like the TCG that makes sense of the name Storm Emerald. Storm is going to be like relating to the skies and like the clouds and stuff like that, and then Emerald's obviously mostly a relation to like green, probably a faster green Pokemon. Like, you know what, let's just take a look here. Let's go back up here. Mega Evolution, literally let's look at any big green Mega Evolutions. Venusaur doesn't fly, doesn't count. We keep going on down here. Tyranitar doesn't fly, doesn't really count. Gardevoir is already going to be featured. Also Venusaur is already going to be featured. Abomasnow is greenish, but again, doesn't really fly. Sceptile is good. I think Sceptile is a good candidate, but again, doesn't really fly and doesn't really... I really don't see them doing Storm Emerald to focus on just Sceptile. If they're going to put in Sceptile, they're probably going to be putting in all of the Hoenn starters, and I think there would be a more general name for that. Mega Salamence? Like, if it's a shiny Salamence, I could see it being that, but like, come on, Mega Rayquaza right there. Makes the most sense. Gallade, I think Gallade makes a lot of sense as well, but again, not really a Pokemon that flies. So I just don't really see it being the big focus there. And that's like it. It's literally just Mega Rayquaza. So Storm Emerald, very, very likely going to be Mega Rayquaza. A lot of hype behind that. And we're going to just have to continue on and see how it goes. So let's hope that the Mega Block is a good block for everyone to be able to get some cool stuff, some cool cards, amazing cards, all right? Doesn't look too good though. Inferno X is going to be featured Mega Charizard. That's going to go up. Storm Emerald featuring Rayquaza. That's going to go up. You know how Evolving Skies was with its Rayquaza, even though it was mostly evolution based. And also with like all the Charizards that have gone up. I mean, literally the most expensive card in the entire X and Y era is the secret rare Flashfire Charizard. So, I mean, Come on, it's just to be expected. You know, but they could do overprinting. They did do overprinting for Obsidian Flames. You know, if they overprint the set all into hell, like they did for Obsidian Flames and also like Evolutions, you could definitely see a massive drop off in like the value of these things. And I hope that happens just so we can actually get these, because these are bound to be amazing illustrations for like all of these cards. Charizard, Greninja, you know, Rayquaza. But let's hope. Yeah, whatever. I'll see you later. I hope y'all enjoyed. Let's have some good luck for the TCG era so that we can actually get some stuff. I'll see you later. I hope y'all enjoyed. Peace.